Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I would be continuing the tutorials that we've been on, Python for data science. The focus for today will be on data manipulation and visualization. If we quickly look at the course outline, for the past weeks we've been on programming with Python. We've been able to do 4 videos on that. Now we are moving to the second and the third part. The reason why we are going to be addressing these two parts together is because it's interwoven. It's very difficult to address data visualization without addressing data manipulation. I can say from now on, we are pretty much going to be going forward and backward. There are so many parts to data science, and when you want to do data analysis or when you are asked to do a data science project, you have to look at it instead of focusing on a particular task. You have to focus on the entire project. In this diagram, a data science life cycle, the first thing you have to do is to understand the business, and then after understanding the business, you do some data mining, data cleaning, you explore the data, feature engineering, predictive modeling, and data visualization. One thing I want to make clear is, if you look at this, though we have number 1 to 7, but it doesn't usually follow this order. Understanding the business is something you do throughout the entire business. And even when it comes to data visualization, the data exploration or data cleaning or feature engineering, these are processes that you might have to do all the time throughout the entire life of a project. So let's get started. As I said earlier, the first thing that you do is understanding the project or the business. But today we are going to be working on the data to analyze graduate admission in India. Look at the chance of getting admission. The chances of getting admission is going to be determined based on various inputs like the GRE score, the TOEFL score, the university rating, the CGPA, and either a student has participated in one research or the other. All these inputs, they are going to help us towards achieving that goal of checking the chance of the student being admitted. I believe by now you are now used to working with the Jupyter notebook or the Jupyter lab. I believe by now you should be familiar with the Jupyter lab or the Jupyter notebook. But if you are watching this video for the first time, you can check the comments and go to the first tutorials where we've explained how to install Python on Anaconda. With that, you can get started. But after you've been on your Jupyter notebook, if you want to do a data analysis, the first thing you need to do is to import the necessary packages. Today, we'll be making use of some packages like NumPy, pandas, Seaborn, and Matplotlib. We are going to be using NumPy for calculations like mean, median, mode, and the likes. We are going to be using pandas to manipulate the data frame, and we are going to be using Matplotlib and Seaborn for data visualization. Let me quickly show you how to install pandas. If you want to install pandas, you can write this, just check this, you can just copy this, pip install pandas. I won't be doing that because I already installed pandas. And if you want to import NumPy, you can do the same thing, pip install NumPy. Let's just do the same thing for Seaborn. Pip install Seaborn. And also we do it for Matplotlib. Pip install Matplotlib. Again, you can run these cells by clicking run, or you can press the shift enter and it's going to run that code for you. So, but let's just quickly go to today. So let's import the necessary packages. Import numpy as np. Import. So now that we've imported all the necessary packages, the next thing that we do is we now load the data. Load data set. The data set we are going to be using is a data set from the admission data set from India. We're going to be predicting the chances of getting admission in India. So we are going to be, today what we are going to do, we are going to limit it to data manipulation and visualization. From this data, we are going to get some insights into how a particular student is going to behave. For us to load data, we are going to be loading, the data is in CSV, and we are going to be loading the data using pandas. If you want to know more about pandas, you can check here for documentation on pandas. So here you can see pandas you can use CSV, Excel, backwards, HTML. But today we are going to use pandas to load this data. So we are going to call data frame or pd.read underscore CSV. That's how to read data from a CSV, file. So we write the name of the file. Definition. So now, on the next thing, we can view the data frame. To view the data frame, we do df.add. So df.add, it shows the first 5 values of the data frame. If we want, we can do something like, we can specify the number. Maybe we want, instead of 5, you want to see up to 10. So I need to show you more. And you can as well, maybe you just want to check at random. You don't want the first, you just want the data frame to give you random data. So you can say df.sample. So it's just giving you at random. And we can as well say the number of samples that you want. So that is the data frame giving you, and that is very useful so that you can, you won't just check the first 5, you can have an idea of what is like in the data set. From this, the next thing we can do, we can check the columns. Sometimes, although we are just having few columns here, sometimes you have like 20, 30 columns that you can't see everything on the screen. So if you want to check the columns, you can do df.columns. And with df.column, it shows you the column in the data set. So if we look at this data set, we see that, let's go again to df.add. If we look at this, we see that this data set, the serial number is just showing the number of each row. So I think for what we want to do, we won't need the serial number. What we can do is we can drop the data frame. We can drop that column actually. So to drop, you can do, you just say serial nums equals to sorry, I'll just copy and paste. So with that, we can say df.drop nums equals to So with that, we are dropping this column. So what we can do after dropping the column, we can confirm that. So let's do the f dot head to c. So now our data frame is now different. Now the serial number is no longer in the data frame. So, but if we look at it, we can still do some things to that column, to the column's name. For example, we see stuff like chance of admission. We could actually change that to maybe probability. We can adjust the name of those columns. Let's just quickly do BF equals to that. We've changed the header from GRE score to GRE, TOEFL score to TOEFL, chances of admission. Instead, we are writing probability. So the next thing we do, we can try to know more about the data. Like if we want to know information about the data, to know if we are missing data or something, we can do df.info. And when you do df.info, it shows you all the data frames. These are the different columns: GRE, TOEFL, university rating, this, and then this is the number of data in the data frame. We have 500. That's the count, and we can see that there is no missing data. If you want to confirm the amount of data in a data frame, you can get the shape of the data frame. So that means this data frame consists of 500 rows and 8 columns. So 500 rows and 8 columns. And you can go a step further to describe. Df.describe. Here is showing the counts, the mean, the standard deviation, the minimum value, the percentile, and the maximum value. Well, I like it to be on the, if you want to change this, you can do something like dot transpose. You can transpose this. So I prefer it like this. So if you look at this, you see that the number of the rows, the number of data is 500. The mean university rating 3.11, mean TOEFL 107, mean score GRE is 316. So it goes like that. One thing we can see from this data is that the percentile is 325, meaning that 75% of the people that were admitted, they had less than 325. So here 50% had less than 317. And then this means that 75 of those that were admitted have more than 3, which is fair enough. As we have discussed in the past, the data frame consists of data that are in different data types. So if you want to check the data types, you can do the f.dtype. So if you look at that, we can see GRE integer, TOEFL integer, SOP, LOR, CGPA, they are floats, probability, floats. So everything that we are dealing with, they are all numbers. It is always good to check if there are missing data. To check if there is a missing data, it is the f. Is null. To check if there is any null number, any null column or row. Oh, sorry, There is a mistake there. Yeah. So as we can see, there are no null column. It comes out as all false. Check the number of unique values that we have. That might help us to understand the data. So if we want to check the number of unique values, we do the f dot unique dot sort. So here we can see that when it comes to, we have university rating, there are 5 different university ratings. CGPA, there are 184 students have the same CGPA. In terms of probability, 61 candidates have the same probability. 49 students have the same GRE number, 29 TOEFL scores, and the likes. Let's look much into the chances of a student being admitted. Let's look at probability. So if we look at this, we can see that the maximum outcome here is 97. The student has up to 97% chance of getting in. 25% of the student has a chance of 0.82% of getting in. 75% of students, that is a 25% percentile, has 0.63, that's a 63% chance of getting in. So this student must be very, very a smart student in this data. There is a quick way in which you can do this as well. There is a package in Python that is called pandas profiling. So pandas profiling is a very good tool that you can use. If you want to install pandas profiling, you can install it by saying pip install. I'll just copy and paste this. So if you run that, you can install pandas profiling. And then the next thing that you do is, we already load the data frame. We can check our data frame again, df.head. So that is our data frame. Just to confirm, I can just copy and paste this. This is the data frame they have. That is the title, pandas profiling reports. Well, we can try to make this. Yes. Admission on data reports. It said profile report is not defined. So let's just do so for you to import it, you from pandas profiling import profile report. And remember, before you do that, you need to first install it. I already installed it, so I don't have to do it. So, but you have to do it if you are here to do it. After you've run this, then you can now view your profile. To view your profile, let's just copy and paste. Profile.notebook hyphen. 1 minute. So this is going to give us a frame, and with that frame we are going to be able to view the data frame. You see, you can view the data, the variables, individually. So, and it is very much detailed. You can go to interaction, correlation, missing values, sample. Next, we are going to move to visualization of data. But once again, if you are yet to subscribe, please, you can pause this video to click on the subscribe button. If you subscribe, you are going to get notification each time I post a new video. And getting that notification is going to be very, very handy, because that means you get access. And when you watch the video, please drop comments and like. Your comment is very good, because your comments will help to improve the channel. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.